All right, Unit 3, video number 1 is all about domain and range. So domain is simply put all the x values. Range is simply put all the y values. And I put on here, and you don't necessarily have to write this in your notes, but hint, think alphabetical since D comes before R, thus domain comes before range, and x comes before y. Domain goes with x, and range goes with y. Make sure in your notes you have this right here, domain, all the y or all the x values, and range, all the y values. Make sure those are written in your notes, as well as this title. All right, so now we're going to do an example. So it's asked us to state the domain and range of the following relation, and it gives me 5 different points, okay? So the deal is to give the domain and range, just list the values without duplication. So we have domain, and the domain is simply, and we draw the braces, we have 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, notice I put them in numerical order. The range is my y values, and again, draw my brace, and my y values in numerical order are -3, -1, 3, and 6. The next example says state the domain and range for the following relation. So now you're given a table. In some ways this is actually easier than even the points because you already have your x column and your y column. You just need to remember that domain goes with x and range goes with y, and to put them in numerical order. So doing so, you have -4, -2, 1, 3, 4, and do the best that you can at those braces. And then for the range, you have in numerical order, that's going to be your challenge on this one, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10. Okay? All right, same instructions. State the domain and range of the following relation, but this time you're given a graph. Okay? So now life gets a little bit fancier because if you notice, this is a line segment, and this line segment will continue going in this direction, right? It's never going to stop because of that arrow there. It's going to keep going. So that means my left side for my domain is going to be negative infinity because it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going forever. It's never going to stop on that side. But it does have a stopping point on the right side, which is simply 2. And you always use parentheses when you do infinity or negative infinity. And then if you include the point, like you have right here, you're going to have a bracket as opposed to parentheses. So that's the advanced version there. So now let's do range. Range, we know we have a point here where we're not going to go lower. So the bottom point is going to be -2. The top point, though similar to my x, since this is continuing to go up and up and up, we're going to go to positive infinity for my y value in my range. All right, same instructions. State the domain and range of the following relation, and now they give you an equation. Y equals 3x minus 2. Okay? So if you plug this into your graphing calculator, you could graph this real quickly. And you would see, okay, I'm going down here to -2, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, and there is my line, okay? So I graphed that real quick, not precise awesomeness. So you could see, since anytime you have a line other than a vertical line is the only time your domain and range is not going to be this, but your domain is negative infinity to positive infinity, and your range, because again, you're thinking, well, where does it stop? It never stops, is negative infinity to positive infinity. This is the case for every line except for straight up vertical x equals lines. That's the only one that's going to change.